James Gunn's Superman. But before we continue to that, a moment of silence for Henry Cavill's Superman in The Man of Steel.
Were you counting the seconds?
I think
that was 10 seconds. Oh, we're good. Man of Steel, we both loved, and we hold that dearly. I know some people don't. Probably the worst depiction of Superman, but a great movie, in my opinion.
Yes, agreed. All right, moving on. We will not talk about Man of Steel anymore from this point on.
I mean, some of us won't. I know I won't. But all right, let's go.
We had previous discussions, and I kept referring back to Man of Steel because I thought it was really great.
Yes.
Anyways, first off, we're not well versed with comics, and we're simply commenting on the movie as a standalone. No comparisons, no Man of Steel, nada. All right. Also, we're not a review channel, so instead of actually going through a full review, we're just going to give our assessment of some of our main characters, our favorite main characters. That is.
Yes. Also, spoiler alert, that should be obvious. We will completely be spoiling the movie here. What were your initial thoughts after the movie? Like, the movie ended, credits rolled. Initial thoughts.
My initial thoughts were, I'm disappointed, but for another reason I'll get into later.
You shook your head. I remember. You were just shaking your head. My initial thoughts, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I really liked it.
But I came around to the idea that I liked it, but I did have a head shake for different reasons, though.
Yes. Okay.
The reason why I shook my head, and we're getting into the character descriptions now. Superman disappointed me. The depiction we got was barely a Superman, in my opinion. All right.
Why?
Let me start from the beginning. But even then, this was such a minor thing. Clark Kent was a bit whiny in that initial scene when he was getting interviewed by Lois Lane.
Yeah, I fully agree.
But that quickly dispersed. However, it did kind of play into the rest of how we got Superman, which was, in my opinion, weak. Didn't use all of his powers as I expected him to, and didn't seem really phenomenal. And that was my like, I just didn't feel like I was watching a Superman. I felt like I was watching a guy with a little extra powers, but did not use his powers well. And that was my issue. And so I was disappointed. And not only that, it was everything around Superman. It was like Superman's friends and Superman. It wasn't Superman and his friends, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's just, it hardly followed Superman.
See, I get all of those critiques, and largely, yes, I agree with you. But then why do we have such distinct initial thoughts is what's crazy to me. Because I agree. As I was watching, I was wondering, why is he not using his laser vision? It took him forever to use his laser vision.
We just finished watching the Fantastic Four, and I was just talking to DayDreamer about it, and this girl overheard our conversation, and her explanation for the movie was, it was lighthearted.
Yeah.
And every superhero movie we got up until this point, in these recent days, in DC that is, has been dark, depressing, gritty. And so I think the reason why maybe your initial responses, you tell me if I'm wrong, was because we got something a little bit more colorful, lighthearted. It was a bit more fun. We got a version of a Superman that wasn't always, woe is me, suck, and I can't fit in. It's
because Superman's supposed to, in my opinion, a depiction of Superman is more of a lighthearted character. He's not supposed to be all gritty and yes, he has all these godlike powers, but he himself is a bright symbol of hope. But that's also grounded and doesn't take himself super seriously type of thing.
Yeah,
yes, he is not Batman in terms of grittiness.
But I do think David Cornsweet, the new guy who played Superman, I do like him. I don't have any issue with him playing Superman.
I think he did a great job, except for his Clark Kent. I think his Clark Kent was horrible.
His Clark Kent needs work. His voice needs to be distinguishable, in my opinion.
There's at the beginning of the movie, Lois, Jimmy, and him are all having a conversation, and his deep voice, when I heard it, it threw me off. I was like, whoa, you still sound pretty badass and Superman-y. I wish you had, I don't know, faked the voice in some way, shape, or form. I don't know.
Yeah.
Made it higher.
I do think he was a good Superman. Even then, I also adapted to the suit, or I got acquainted with the suit. I ended up liking it, despite not liking it when they first presented it.
Yeah.
And there were plenty of aspects where this Superman looked really cool. The persona that we got, his personality, it was very much nice. It was kind of like you can see a little bit of yourself in this person, where you're trying to be the best version of yourself. A lot of
people.
Yeah, saving a lot of people beyond just fighting aliens. There's great potential in the Superman, so I hope that James Gunn takes it and gives us more Superman, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
More of a super individual. But other than that, I think it is grounds for a good setup.
I agree. I would.
Superman universe.
When the next Superman comes out, I might be more inclined to be like, oh, I might want to go watch that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Maybe, who knows? What do you think about Lois Lane?
She's cool. I like her. I thought she was still kind of the similar Lois Lane we always get.
Yeah.
I don't have much. She was still kind of independent, very confident, strong.
My only.
Go ahead.
What were you say?
I said the only thing I didn't like was the whole we're doing this dating thing. I'm not too sure what that is.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
I feel like she's certain of what she wants, and this is not Lois Lane like, in my opinion.
It doesn't. All of her actions don't strike me as I'm not good at dating, but she said it a lot, so I guess that's what it is. But what you seem like a strong, confident woman. Why aren't you sure of this? What's wrong with you?
Right. Exactly. But here's the only thing I would have to counter that is that the fact that she is a strong, confident woman, and I do think that plays on a parallel with what happens in real life with modern day women, where they're strong and confident and they're being successful in their lives, but for some reason they can't get their dating right, or they're healing, or they're doing this or doing something like that. I feel like they were trying to do a play on that with Lois.
It made no sense to me because I get what you mean.
You're a strong, confident individual, so why can't you have this figured out?
Right. What about this isn't working for you? I don't know. Anyways. Okay. What about Lex Luthor? I liked him.
I was very. Go for it. You give me Mr. Spiel.
I was mad about his motivation because it seemed for a bit like his whole motivation for doing what he was doing is because he wanted this piece of land to call Lutherville or whatever. Luther, what was it? He wanted to create his own country pretty much. And I was like, really? That's what he's doing all this for? But then at the end, the motivation is he's just annoyed that Superman gets all this recognition without having to do any of the work. I did like that.
I did like seeing this version of Lex. And all the versions of Lex that I've seen, I do think this one was the most active I felt. Everything was surrounding Lex and his evil plan. I do like that. Only issue that I had was that he just seemed... It's like the nerdy kid that nobody liked did come across money, and he just had a high level of intelligence, but now he tries to play a charisma that he doesn't actually have.
Interesting.
If that makes sense. That's kind of what I was getting. So he wasn't playing that charismatic, I'm in charge role. It didn't look natural. It looked forced.
Interesting. Okay. I didn't get that, but
it was still effective. That's kind of what I was getting.
I don't know. I didn't get that. I thought he was fine. What about Green Lantern?
Power wise, there wasn't anything incredible that I saw. So he was just cool. I like him. I have no issues with him. Mr. Terrific though. Mr. T, that guy, I love him. I think he was one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, one of the coolest
I think I liked him
ever.
more than Superman in this movie.
Really?
It's just like he was cool.
Yeah, I agree.
His tech was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
His demeanor was just chill. Like I want to be with this guy. And when I'm saving the world, yeah, I want this guy on my team.
His demeanor was very much I'm an intellectual and I am an intellectual devoid of all emotion. And boy, do I like seeing that on the screen, dude, where it's just like, oh, what's just pure logic.
Exactly.
But that fight scene was really sick.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. I liked Hot Girl scream. Except for when they did a close-up on her face and she screamed. Then I was like, we didn't get much of Hot Girl, but I did want to see more of her just because I thought everything... honestly, just the scream sounded cool. Like, can you imagine you're a bad guy and you're running away and you just hear like the scream, dude, coming after you? That's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm sure. Clark's Earth parents. I just wanted to talk about them. I was very disappointed in his Earth parents.
I hated his Earth.
I don't know what they were trying to do, but I feel like they were trying to make... I thought they were...
They made a joke out of them.
Yeah, exactly. They made a joke out of them.
I don't... My understanding
I've always perceived them as being older, wiser,
not
jokey, well-focused individuals, and it just didn't seem like we got those kinds of parents in this one. So that was a big disappointment to me.
Yeah.
Kara, we got like a split second of her.
I don't know her backstory too much, so it kind of threw me off as to why she was drunk. And then when she walks away and she's like, "Bye, bitch," I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Which probably means we're gonna get some annoying bratty Kara.
I hope not. I hate seeing bratty heroes. It's so
in future
it bugs
movies.
Me. Okay, and last but definitely not least, Crypto, the super dog.
Crypto was cool.
I liked him.
He was a fun aspect of the movie. So overall, what was your rating for the movie out of 10?
I keep going back and forth between a 6 and a 7. I think I'm settling at 6 I don't like doing half numbers.
I am settling at 6. It is certainly above average, but not crazy above it.
Yeah.
Anyways, wheel time.